Before I begin my lecture, I'd like to just make a correction from the last lecture that I gave. One of the learned brothers came to me and he told me that there is some discrepancy with some of the scholars concerning the story of Tha'laba, whether this situation happened or not. So let that be corrected, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Jazakallahu kullu khair. We begin, inshallah ta'ala, with the topic, are you a sometime or a part-time, or are you a full-time Muslim? Anybody who's a part-time Muslim, put up your hand. Anybody who's a sometime Muslim, put up your hand. Anybody here who's a full-time Muslim, put up your hand. Well, when we look at it, ya ikhwan, from the look of the people from the West, a person who works sometime, how many hours do they work? If they have a job and they only work sometime, how many hours do they work? How many? 5 hours, okay. How about a person who's part-time? How many hours do they work at a job? 12 hours, okay. Somebody who's full-time, how many hours do they work in a day?
24 hours.
The brother got the answer what we're looking for. Some people, they work only maybe 10 to 12, sometimes 16-hour days. That's a full-time worker. But a Muslim, like the brother said, has to be a person who is working 24/7. Where do we get this from? Allah Ta'ala, He went on to say in the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, udkhulu fis silmi kafa, wa la tattabi'u khutuwati shaitan, innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. Allah, He went on to say, O you who have Iman, calling us by our Iman, calling us by our Iman in Allah and His Messenger in the last day, and the articles of faith, enter into Islam 100%, all the way, not half-stepping. So who here is a part-time Muslim? Put up your hand still. Who is a sometime Muslim? We must be more than full-time Muslims. We must be Muslims all the time. When we go to sleep and we say Bismillah with the intention of going to sleep so we can get the energy to wake up and worship Allah, even though we're sleeping, we get the reward for still being in ibadah, because sleep is part of ibadah. So when we look at this situation, we find that we have to take some accountability. Anybody knows what accountability is? What does it mean to be accountable? Anybody know? Accountable. Sisters know what accountability means? It means you're responsible. Allah Ta'ala, He went on to say in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wal tanzur nafsun ma qaddamat lighad wattaqullaha innallaha khabirun bima ta'malun. Allah Ta'ala went to say, oh, you have Iman. Again, I want to make this so that everybody understands this. When you hear an ayah that says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, you guys should go like this. Sisters go like this. Brothers go like this. When you do this, Allah, He's calling us either to do something which is good, or He's telling us to stay away from something bad. So when you hear that ayah, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, right away, the Sahaba, they used to go like this. They want to hear what the Prophet ﷺ or Allah has to say. They want to hear, they want to get the fa'idah, the benefit. Anybody knows what the benefit is? The fa'idah means that you're able to extract some positivity out of that. So when we look at the situation, O you who believe, fear Allah and keep your duty to Him, and let every person look for what they have set out for tomorrow. Who here has some good deeds that they have already ready for tomorrow? Put up your hand. You have good deeds that are already getting rewarded for tomorrow? You guys made salat today, right? You made salat yesterday. But have you put any good deeds for tomorrow? What good deeds have you done? Tell me. Huh? Tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. You don't know if you're going to live past tomorrow. So what are the good deeds that we could do? Anybody heard of Sadaqah Jariyah? Sadaqah Jariyah. Anybody knows what Sadaqah Jariyah is? They'll get a free CD. Put up your hand. Yes, sister. I can't hear you, sister. Yes, an ongoing charity. You get a free CD, sister. That means that you've done something that even when you're dead, you're still going to get rewarded for that. So, if you took your money and you gave it to the masjid to help them build the masjid, and you die and the people are still worshiping Allah, you get some reward for that. How about this? I've been Muslim now for 20 years. The brother who gave me dawah, who taught me how to make wudu, who taught me how to make salat, who taught me many things about the religion, he's dead and buried. But everything that I do, he's getting some reward for that. So what have we done for tomorrow? Sisters, brothers, we have to do more than what we're doing. And some people that say, you know what, it's very hard to work. It's very hard to do many things. The Prophet ﷺ said, he said that the best of things that you do are those that are done in consistency. That means over and over again, even if they're very small. So, if you can only say to the Muslims, brothers, pay attention. I'll throw my water at you. He said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that if you smile, can you guys see me smile? You smile? If you smile at your brother, that's a sadaqah. Who here can smile? Put up your hand. See, it's one thing. Actually, you come up here. Brother, you come up here. Oh, yeah, you come. You scared? Okay, you come up instead. Hurry up, hurry up. Faster, faster. Give me salam. Is this good salam? We should be greeting our brother like this. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. How are you, brother? Is that a good deed? Yes. So can we do that? Can we do that every single time we see our brother and our sister? Small deeds consistently over and over and over again. If I took this water and I let a little drop drip like this, would that do anything insignificant? But what if I had a bucket of water and I let it drip, 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 drip for the next 20 years? What would happen? Huh? Wouldn't it destroy the wood down there? That's called consistency. Ibn Hajj Asqalani, rahimahullah, he went to go seek knowledge. And at one time, he decided that it might have been a little bit too hard for him. So while he was traveling, he stopped at a well. Anybody know what a well is?
Yeah.
A well. A well. You know, yes, a well. So as he was there getting some water, he seen the people that were in front of him pulling up a bucket. They're pulling up a bucket. And two things happened. While he was looking at that, the first thing that happened is he seen that the rope that they were using to pull up the water was cutting into the cement. Can you imagine that rope can cut cement? You think it can happen in the first time? But over a period of time, it cut the cement. And when they pulled up the bucket, a little bit of water came down and hit the ground. Every single time, the water would come and hit the ground, hit the ground. So it happened so many times that what happened after that is it made some marks in the ground. Who here has a prayer mat at home?
What?
A prayer mat.
Oh, yeah.
A prayer mat. How many people have a prayer mat that's been in their house for 10 years? Do you see how there's marks where people make sujood? This is the importance of doing actions over and over and over again. So when we look at the situation, we find that there's been some advice from some of the greatest personalities in Islam. From amongst them, anybody heard of the champion, Umar ibn Khattab, radiallahu ta'ala anhu? Very powerful Muslim. Anybody heard of him before? He was so powerful, mashallah, that when he walked down the street, the shaitan devil went down the other way. He was scared of Omar. Omar said some very beautiful words. I want you brothers and sisters to pay attention. Take account of yourself before you are taken account of. What does that mean? Anybody know what that means? Take account of yourself before you are taken account. Yes?
Take care of yourself before you're taken care of.
Yeah, what this means is that look at yourself in your Islam right now before you're going to be asked about your Islam. Anybody know the 3 questions you're going to be asked when you go to the grave? And if you can't answer them, what will happen to you? Yes, brother, you in the back. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? That's right. You get a free CD too. You see, you have to take accountability. So, the question comes, has Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned anything about the sometime, the full-time, and the part-time Muslims? Anybody know? Can you give me the ayah? Allah has mentioned this. You don't know that? Allah the Most High, He has said in Surah Al-Fatih, ثم أرثنا الكتاب الذين اصطفينا من عبادنا فمنهم ظالم لنفسه ومنهم مقتصد ومنهم سابق بالخيرات بإذن الله بإذن الله. Now, so what does Allah say concerning this sometime, the part-time, and the full-time Muslim? Allah says that we have given the book as inheritance to such of our slaves. Who are the slaves of Allah? You sure? Ibad al-Rahman. They also have some other qualities. وَإِبَادَ الرَّحْمَنِ الَّذِينَ يَمْشُونَ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ حَوْنًا وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمْ جَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. The Ibad al-Rahman are very humble people.